That's all you need. All you need to be successful, not just in film, in life. All you need to do is hold on. Yeah.
Welcome to the Pantheon Parenthetical. My name is Lance Ash. Now, before I continue with any more incidents from my third grade year, I thought that I would give you some context to all of this. And the first thing I want to discuss is when I was a little kid, I had big ears that stuck out, and all the other kids made fun of me, especially the kids on the bus. They were so stupid that they called me Dr. Spock, confusing the pediatrician with the Star Trek character. And all of this was a source of mortification and angst for me. It really upset me. My proposed solution to this problem was to grow my hair out long so I could cover my ears up. My model in this regard was the actor Greg Evigan, star of the television show BJ and the Bear. But my parents were adamantly opposed to this remedy because that was wrong. Boys don't have long hair. Now you can look up contemporary photographs of Greg Evigan and judge for yourself whether you find that hairstyle long. Anyway, to give you a little further understanding of what kind of people my parents are, let me tell you this. When I was a kid, the population of the town we lived in was 102. Not only very small population-wise, but small geographically. Yet, within that tiny area, my parents built and lived in 4 different houses. This wasn't a money-making scheme. This wasn't flipping houses with the motive of, gaining a little profit each time. This was, in fact, a money-losing, property-wasting scheme. They started off with a certain amount of acreage and essentially moved down the street, stripping away acres as they went. And it wasn't just 4 houses that we lived in. At one point, we lived in my grandparents' living room for 6 months while we built a house across the street. Another time we lived in a tiny little trailer for 2 years while they slowly cobbled together the money to incrementally build a house right outside the front door of the trailer. You couldn't use the front door of the trailer because the foundation of the new house was right there. Now the other thing that I want to bring up is sort of a philosophical or attitudinal issue. I was raised on a steady diet of television. Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood were formative experiences for me. I think that Mr. Rogers' advice or belief that you are special just by your being you was influential for me. Now, a lot of modern-day conservative commentators have taken issue with Fred Rogers and this advice because they're confusing what he meant, what he said. It's like in the movie The Incredibles, when the little boy is sitting in the car with his mother and he's complaining about how he wants to be special, and she replies, "Everybody's special." And he says, "That's another way of saying nobody is." Now, I don't know what Brad Bird's philosophy or politics are, but again, they are misunderstanding what the word special means in this regard. they think that special means superlative, extraordinary, exceptional. But it doesn't. Special means unique in this context. And you are unique. Every sentient being in the universe occupies a unique vantage point in the space-time continuum. Further, the universe is the sum total of everything, and far from being just a piece of dust in the wind like all the authority figures want you to believe you are. You are an essential part of the universe. Each of us is. And this conflict between being told that you're nothing but a piece of shit and thinking of yourself as a special individual with your own thoughts and own observations, this was a formative part of my development as a person. And that's about all I have to say. So thanks for listening. Bye-bye.